Hey guys, it's Laura with Victory Cheer Uniforms. As you know, our motto, the look that inspires, is really based on what happens throughout the sport of cheer. How one generation inspires the next. From coaches to athletes to parents to the crowd, the team spirit, it is all a virtuous cycle of inspiration. Our channel, Victory Voices, is all about sharing those inspiration stories. We hope you enjoy this one. Like, share, and comment, the trifecta, help to encourage in their inspirational journeys, and feel free to contact us to share your inspiration journey throughout the beautiful sport of cheer. Today, we have one of our very special long-term ambassadors, Lucille, with us, and her mom, Shasta. So I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Can you tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, so my name is Shasta. I'm Lucille's mom, and I am just kind of her biggest support. Anything she needs in the cheer world, obviously that's what I'm here for. So I'm just mom.
Hi, I'm Lucille. I've been doing cheer for a pretty long time now, and it's made a big difference in my life and everything.
That's awesome. So how long have you been doing cheer, and how did cheer first become a part of your family?
It was becoming a part before she even knew it was a part of her life. She started when she was 3, so I'm not sure she knows what it was like before cheer in her life. What do you think?
I don't remember a lot of times before I even started cheer because I was so young.
Was you 3?
Yeah 30.
Oh my goodness. And Shasta, did you also cheer?
I did dance. I did a little bit of cheer growing up, but I was really big into dance. So I've always just had a part of my life too. So.
Okay. So some of these questions you might be able to answer a little bit better than Lucille, because Lucille, it's just always been a part of your life since you can remember. You've just been a cheerleader.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So one of the questions that we had is, how did you know when cheer first became real for you? You've been doing it for so long, since you were such a little bitty baby.
I think probably my first competition when I just walked onto the mat, it was definitely very real.
How did you feel in that moment?
I felt very excited, and at that time I wasn't very nervous about doing my best or like making sure I win. I was more of just like in the moment and having fun.
That's amazing. And what about you, Shasta? How did you feel for Lucille in that moment?
Oh my goodness. I mean, all the emotions when they're that little and they put in that much work, it's so rewarding to see them go out there at such a young age and just like put it all out there on the mat and not be scared. I mean, I would be scared as an adult. So it's just inspiring to see them go out on there and just totally perform.
Just born to be confident.
Yeah, it is. It's so true.
So if you started at 3, how old were you at your first cheer competition?
I think I was 4.
Right from the beginning. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did a year of recreational cheer and then immediately went straight into competition teams. So she just jumped right in.
That's awesome that you guys were able to find a gym who was able to be so accommodating to such a young age, and that you were able to build such a strong foundation that young. That's incredible.
We agree.
So Shasta, what was your very first impression of the sport of cheer? Was it Lucille wanting to be a cheerleader? Did you see someone that was a cheerleader? What was your first impression there?
I grew up with cheer being just around me in so many ways. With being involved in dance, you're involved in cheer as well. But with the program we have in our town, cheer was a lot bigger. And so when we found the program, we wanted her to do what was going to give her the most experience and really give her a chance to advance. And at that time, it was cheer where we're at. So I was just figuring that if I put her in early enough, she basically couldn't tell me no. So she enjoys it. And I got lucky because she just loves it as much as I do. So.
That's amazing. You're right. If she did, decide not to do it, that's the great thing about starting out with sports. It's such a young age. You can really play around and see what you want to do before you're absolutely, at that age where you really need to be invested in something. So that's great that you were able to start so early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so at what point do you feel like your whole family really got invested into you doing cheer?
Probably my first competition when they all started to support me and like really knew what they were getting into.
We did a lot of traveling in the beginning. Her very first competition, it was about 4 hours away, and the whole family came. So when they saw it, they were also obviously hooked. She's got an older brother and her dad and grandparents that all support her. So it's turned into a giant family activity. Once competition season comes around, they're all like cheering and having, they all have the Lulu gear to support her. So
That is awesome that your whole family is just on gear and able to, or on board and
Yeah.
able to really travel with you and go support you in the sport that you love. I love that.
us too.
Mhm.
And so with everybody getting so involved like that, how do you feel like it's changed your family life, your family routine and your schedule? How has that been affected?
It's definitely changed a lot of our schedules. We've had to move around a lot of things from my parents, my siblings, and everybody around me.
Yeah, we basically go around her schedule at this point, but I'm very lucky that I'm able to do that. And so all our family is very open to that, and they're open to us kind of adjusting our schedules here and there. With enough planning, we really don't have any scheduling conflicts because we kind of lay it out all in advance and everybody just stays on the same page with the calendar.
Awesome. Do you guys have like a group family calendar to keep it all straight?
I wish, but I can't seem to get everybody to get on it. They just have to listen to me. As long as they hear me in the morning and they know at the beginning of the week, they just they'll hear it repeatedly coming from mom. So
You just lay down the game plan and everybody,
follow suit.
there you go. There you go. So what are some of the things that go on that people, behind the scenes, or things that are like behind the scenes that go on that people really don't see from face view when they're seeing you on the mat? What are the things they don't see behind the scenes?
Probably a lot of preparation and dedication and just like really working hard. People just think it's all about going and doing a couple motions, but it's definitely a lot of dedication you have to do to actually get to that level and perform.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of practices, late nights. The studio is our second home, so we spend a lot of our time there, and she puts in a lot of hard work to make sure that she really performs on competition time.
How late do your practices go?
During competition season, they can go up to like 9 to 10 during competition seasons. And during summer, usually like 7-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how have you been able to really, work school around some of that?
I've had to definitely take days off of school to do competitions, and just sometimes when I get really tired and really like
Need a break.
Yeah.
Mhm. But she does a really good job at keeping up with her school, and that's why it hasn't really become an issue for her specifically. Because if we do travel, we make sure that we have her work. We'll make sure that anything that she needs gets done either before we go or while we're gone. And there's some time at the studio in between practices when she has multiple. And she always has her books with her. So it's really just about finding time within her schedule to make sure that the school stuff gets done. And as long as that's done, I don't mind giving her a rest day every now and then with how hard she works.
Yeah. And that's great that in this challenge with cheer, that you're starting to learn how to multitask, how to rearrange and be flexible, how to know your deadlines and get them done.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How to walk and chew gum.
Yes, it is. It's a really big responsibility for
Mhm.
such a young age. So it's really impressive to see just how dedicated she is to making sure that she can perform and she can compete. Because if she doesn't have her school stuff done, she can't compete. That's just always been our rule. So if she's doing good in school, she can keep up at the studio. So
Also, our studio has a rule. They can't be competing and working with your team if you don't have grades that keep up to standards.
mhm. Yep.
That's great that they still put your education first.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very important to us and her coaches.
So do you feel like it's made you more confident in school, more confident with your friends? And I guess that's a two-part question for you as well, Shasta, because you can kind of see it from a mom's view.
I think
Yeah.
so. She's definitely this year was interesting because she started at a new school. She had to switch schools based off of just our district changing things around, and having some friends that do the program at the new school was really nice. It gave her the confidence to go to the new school and really have a sense of belonging. But seeing the confidence that she had because she had that in her back pocket, as a mom, it's a relief for one, going to a new school. But what do you think? I mean, do you feel more confident going into school and making friends?
Yeah, definitely. I've made really good friendships this year from knowing people that also do cheer with me.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. It'll probably really give you the confidence to be able to go into situations where you don't know anyone either, because you're so used to going out into a whole crowd of people that you've never met before and putting on the best performance possible. So that's amazing, the confidence that it's able to give you throughout your life and right now.
It is. It's super cool and helpful for her. And I mean, I see it reflect in different areas of her life, obviously school. But even at the competitions, they're always, meeting the other teams, and they're just making friends everywhere they go and teaching dances everywhere they go. And just the confidence to be able to do that and jump up and dance in front of, anybody and teach them an 8 count. It's really cool to see them have that confidence.
I love getting to go to the competitions and seeing athletes from different teams just building a new camaraderie together, getting out there, doing the dance parties together, pinning each other, just meeting people from like all over the country and the world even coming
Yes.
together. So that's an amazing social skill builder right there.
We love that. It's such an experience.
So what are some of the sacrifices that you've had to make for the sport of cheer?
A lot of like not being able to hang out with friends. Like I've had scenarios where I've had like planning to hang out with friends, but my coaches end up calling a last minute practice and then have to cancel hanging out with my friends.
A lot of social stuff.
Yeah, that's a real life situation right there. So that's amazing what it's preparing you for.
Yeah.
Um, and so what are some of the things that you do, Shasta, and that the rest of the family can do to help Lucille in her cheer journey, just to support her along the way? What are some of the things that you guys do?
We are we try really hard to just always be behind her, in the sense that like she knows we are going to always be, for one, front row at her competition, screaming louder than anybody. But also we make sure that like her practices are a priority. We make sure that if she does have these last minute practices, we're not going to put something in the way of it. We know how important it is to her, and because she's so passionate about it, we've all kind of made sacrifices in different areas of our lives to make sure that she can do the things that she loves to do, and she does it for her brother as well. So it's a little bit of give and take here and there, but they're very, very good at supporting each other's schedules and making sure one parent can be with one of them if we have to, and if not, we're all together at all times. So
It's
we're good.
awesome. You're a cheerleader for your brother too.
Yep.
And what sport does he do?
Baseball and sometimes others.
Yeah, he's a baseball player. He plays all kinds of sports, but baseball is his like passion, like hers is cheer.
They need cheer as well. My daughter also did softball. And one of the things that I loved the most about seeing her do softball is when they were all in the dugout, how much they would
Yes.
chant each other on. The chants were the best part of it.
Yes.
That's
I
just
love
the
that.
baseball version of cheerleading, right?
I know. I love it. I love hearing the softball girls out there. Just they're always like the biggest cheerleaders at the fields. I love it.
So, Shasta, what do you think are what's some of the hardest parts and what are some of the most rewarding parts about being a cheer mom?
There are a lot of things that are give and take, and the good things always outweigh the bad, but there's going to be tough times in everything we do. When it comes to cheer, there are times when I see her want something and maybe she doesn't get it, and that's just a part of, what I mean, being on a team. And it just makes her work that much harder. I may want her to just get it because I'm her mom, but I know in the big picture, I have to just step back and I trust her coach completely. And it's been, it's been a long time of me learning that just letting her take sometimes those little bit of losses or not getting exactly the way she wanted it in the long run helps her out. But as a mom, it's obviously hard to see her, want something and not get it, or, struggle to get a certain skill or something. But I mean, seeing her get the skill finally, though, makes it all worth it. So it's the good and the bad, they all come together, but the good always outweighs the bad.
Yeah, nothing really worth it in the end is easy to get. So that's amazing that you're putting in the dedication. And it's even more important to learn how to lose, how to take a step back, how to be the supportive part of that team. Sometimes that's even more important than the gratification that we get from winning, is really learning how to lose.
Oh yeah.
That in itself is a win on learning how to do that. So that's awesome.
It is. Yeah, you're so right. She's learned so much, and it's every single competition, win or lose, is such a learning experience. And that's what I love about each competition being different, because every single time we go and we come home with something totally brand new to learn and work on. So it's a win-win.
Awesome. So how do you feel like we're right now wrapping up competition season?
We feel good. We had a good season. We're tired though. What do you think?
Definitely same thing. Really tired, but it was a really good season.
Good. Yeah, you're coming off, all of these intense practices and travels. Do you have any more competitions this year, or are you done for this year?
We're done for this year.
Yes, they just did their final performance in town last week, so we're very close to break, which is very short, but we're almost there.
Awesome. Well, that's great that you got one in town. At
Yeah.
least you didn't have to travel too far for that one.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, Lucille, what's something that your mom does to help support you that you feel makes a really big difference in your cheer journey?
Definitely a lot of pep talks, just talking to me through things, and not just like saying you got this. More of like full conversations that are telling me that I can do that, and it's not all about just winning.
That's awesome. That is amazing that you guys get to have such bonding conversations about such a deep topic, such a deep, lifelong, impactful conversation because of cheer there. So.
Definitely.
Okay, and so how do you feel like cheer has really, and this is a strange question because you've been doing it since you were 3, but how do you feel like cheer has really shaped your identity?
Definitely a lot of like strengths, and cheer is my identity now. Like it's always something I can say about myself. It's always something I can pull out and just be like, yeah, I do cheer. And yeah.
It's a part of you now.
Yeah.
I would say so, because you're how old now?
10.
10. So 7 out of your 10 years you've been doing this.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah, definitely your identity. And so when you put on your uniform, how does that change the way that you feel in stepping onto the mat?
I definitely think it makes me feel more confident and like I'm part of a team. And and when I have my team with me and we're all walking in our team jackets, a uniform, we all feel together in like one big team and not just two single people or like somebody in a smaller group. It feels like we're one big team.
Right? You're no longer just a little stunt group. You're the full team.
Yes.
It's awesome how it can bring really unity just through the uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Shasta, what kind of changes have you seen in Lucille with her being so confident?
It has been just a great year, specifically this year, seeing her grow socially. And I mean, just in all areas, this year has been a really big growth year for her because she's put so much into working very hard on being a crossover athlete this year. She does cheer and dance for her competitions, and seeing her doing all of that has been super rewarding, and seeing her just kind of put in all of that work. Yeah, she's just worked really, really hard this year on being a crossover athlete.
That is an extra challenge. Are you doing this at the same studio? Or are you going to multiple studios? How are you doing that?
Luckily our studio, they do cheer and dance, so it's really nice how I can do at the same place and not have to go to separate places.
That's great. Yeah, and you don't have studios competing for your time.
Yes. Yeah, it's really nice. Our studio, it covers so many different areas, which is nice. So she gets to do all kinds of, different skill building things throughout the year, which we're very lucky to have that where we live. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I know cheer it's so helpful in dance, with the core strength that you develop in cheer, being able to bring that over to dance, I'm sure makes you a much stronger crossover athlete.
Definitely.
Are you competing for dance as well?
Yes, I do compete for both.
Yes.
You're a busy girl.
Yes.
The minimum we usually have for routines like that I have to memorize, including both, is 3. Usually the minimum, because for dance we usually do 2 routines. And this year I might have to do 4.
Yeah, we'll most likely be looking at 4 routines this year. She also moved up levels this year from a youth team to a junior team. Next season. So she has a lot of work to work on this summer going into next season as well. So, but she'll do both cheer and dance through next year as well.
And dance is to be announced for teams because we're not sure what
our
team is.
Yeah, she'll be waiting through the summer to find out her dance team, which is exciting.
Yeah. How long of a break do you get?
It's like 2 weeks, maybe, if that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but during our summer is a lot less busy. We usually get like a week off each month in case there's travel plans and things like that, and we don't usually go as late. And sometimes they do more fun things in the summer. It's not quite as intense in the summer for her, so it's still a break, but they're working on skills all summer, so they're not losing anything.
And most people take the summer off and decide to come back for fall tryouts and do the competition season.
Yeah, but we figured that out too, though, that sticking it out through the summer, it really does keep you from kind of falling behind in your skills. It's easy to do that, and even just a couple classes a week really helps to keep that momentum building.
That's awesome that you guys found that hack. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you just keep pushing through. You are so dedicated.
She is.
And so what's a typical competition day like for both of you? Lucille from your point of view and Shasta from your point of view.
Why don't you start?
I'll start. They usually start with me anyways. I usually wake up about an hour before her so that I can kind of gather my stuff and myself, because once she gets up, it's like all about her. We like to spend most of our times getting her ready. But I like to try to get everything prepared as possible the night before, so that when she wakes up, she just has to mostly get ready what she needs to get ready, and then I take over with hair and makeup and things like that. And from that point on, it's basically me and her chasing each other through an arena for like 6 hours. But a lot of really fun things in between, getting to see her perform and the warm up areas, and always running around chasing, their teammates and things. But then after all the exhaustion, we always get that last little burst of energy when they bring out the award ceremonies. Are one of our favorite times, and we usually wrap it up with some amazing food at the end of our competitions. That's like our big thing we like to do at the end of the day, is just go back to our hotel room, eat a bunch of food, and usually get ready to start over the next day, because most of the competitions are 2-day competitions now. And so that's how it looks like for me, but for her, I think it probably looks a bit different. It's a lot more focused on performance, I imagine, than preparation.
So my point of view is, so usually I wake up a little bit, like around an hour after she does, and I usually have my costumes laid out, and I usually go and eat some breakfast because I need to get fueled. And then I get ready, and it's a lot of, when we get to the arena or wherever I'm doing it at, it's chaotic. And I usually try to find my team first and try to find some of my friends first. And then basically we just keep going, and then go to the warm-up room and warm up for 5 minutes on each mat, and then go backstage and just get ready, do our team handshakes and team chants, and then get ready to go on stage, and then after I perform, either go to a ceremony or get like award ceremony, and then get food or go to bed.
Yeah. It's usually exhausting.
Do it all again the next day.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay, so what is that emotional moment like right before you're going to be stepping onto the mat? What kind of emotions are you feeling?
I could almost say I feel every emotion. There's a lot of happiness and like going excitement, ready to just go on stage and perform and do your best. But it's also a lot of tears, and like tears of happiness and sadness, especially if it may be your last competition as one big team for your teammates that you've bonded with so much. That definitely happened this year.
So I guess moving into the juniors. Yeah. So how are you feeling about transitioning into another level and some of your other teammates still on the youth?
I feel sort of I don't feel as much as you'd say bad for my other teammates, because the teammates that didn't move up were not, it wasn't like a returning year for them. It was their first year doing cheer. So the ones that did move up from my team were returning athletes that did it year before, at least 1 year before, making them a little bit higher at a level, making it not as hard for them to keep up with the next level.
Yeah. It wasn't so much there wasn't so many sad, emotions with the girls. It was kind of not expected, but there was kind of a split group there, and some of the newer girls kind of expected to be continued on youth so that they can work on tumbling, so that they can move up in the future. First year athletes usually focus a lot on tumbling where we're at, which is really great, because by the time they're at their second year, they're usually have their tumbling skills to move up after their second year. So
definitely a lot of tears for dance, because we weren't sure. There was new girls coming for dance trying out, and we aren't sure still how it's going to go and what team we're going to be put on, because our small team was only 6 people, and it was probably the best team I've ever had.
Yeah.
Really? What made it the best team ever?
Definitely like their hard work and their like work ethic to keep pushing and just like actually like take time to focus on the moves, but also to take time to hang out with us. And we all usually take
They-
some time to call
Yeah.
after practices.
They bonded
Yeah.
a lot this year because they have a different level of dedication on the dance team. The cheer team is obviously big. You have a lot of girls that have the same kind of responsibilities and everything when it comes to cheer. And on their dance team specifically, though, they're on an elite team, and they just have a much more intense practice schedule than the rest of the dance teams at the studio. So they've kind of bonded over that
It's
extreme schedule that they all have.
Yeah.
also nice not all of us being the same age.
Mhm.
A lot of us have different ages and we're in different grades.
That's amazing, getting the opportunity to really bond and form relationships with people who are not necessarily in your peer group and really getting to diversify, your social skills there and your friendships. That's a great
Definitely.
opportunity for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what is one of the memories from a competition day that you think you'll never forget? What really stood out to you?
Probably our last competition of this season, just like getting to spend those last moments like competing of this year, which is really fun. And it was actually on my birthday this year, so it was really fun getting to be on my birthday with all my friends and all my teammates.
That's a great birthday for you. Great way to celebrate. Everybody cheering at your birthday. That's amazing.
Yeah, they also won a bid that competition, so it was very exciting and emotional and all the emotions. So she probably will remember that one for a while.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, what's one of the hardest moments that you've had so far in your cheer journey?
That's a hard one. Because there's been a lot of hard and challenging moments. I think definitely a lot of it was making sure I stay at the level I'm supposed to be at. And especially in dance, it was hard since I was put on the next level than what
you joined.
And it was like I had to make sure I kept up and kept working very extremely hard in dance to keep up with my team that was older and had more experience in dance than me. More so cheer, I was pretty good on cheer because I've been doing it for a long time, but I definitely I still had some challenging moments.
Cheer seems to come a little bit easier for her because she's done it so long, and it's not that it's easy. She still has her challenges, obviously, but when we're looking at both of them, cheer she's just natural. I mean, she just goes out there and really just she tries very hard. It's hard to put it into words because she still tries very, very hard, but she's such a natural at it that it's easy to try for her. So cheer is a little bit less of struggles than dance, but I'm sure there are still moments that she's pushing herself harder and to get a skill maybe or a position that she's got to work harder for. Friends is a big thing too. I know there's always challenges with friends moving on teams too. So there's things here and there, but I don't think she really focuses too much on them so that they can keep moving forward as a team.
So how do you guys work together as mom and daughter to work through some of these challenges, some of the, getting into a whole new art, which is really dance, a whole new form of athleticism. Your body is moving in very different ways, extremely new skills, and, the friendship issues. How are you guys working together as mom and daughter through those challenges?
Well, I think as far as my perspective may be different from hers, but we try to keep a very open line of communication between the two of us and that means there's a lot of trust involved as well. I really like her to be able to come to me with any issues, even if it pertains to the team or her personal issues, coaching things, anything that she's struggling with. I want her to be able to come to me and then let her decide if she wants me to, do anything about it, or if I'm just here to listen and absorb what she's saying, or if she wants my advice. Sometimes she doesn't want my advice. And at 10 years old, sometimes that's a lot more than not. But I just like to be able to be there for her so that if there is an issue, she doesn't feel like she can't let it out somewhere. As soon as we get in the car, I want her to be able to tell me all about it, whether it's good, bad, in between. Our car sessions are probably, they're memorable. So we like to keep that line of communication open.
I definitely think the same thing.
Mm-hmm. We talk a lot.
And that matters so much for, real life issue. Not that cheer isn't real life at all.
Yes.
But for, when those deeper real life issues start to come up, through high school and the college years and, early adulthood and everything, how you'll now have this incredible bond with your mom that you can fall back on. And just, that's just wonderful. I love to hear that you guys are so close and able to bond everything through it together.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We work really hard on it. We do. We take a lot of pride in that. And really, she's my best friend. So I have to keep that relationship strong.
You guys are awesome. Okay. And so what do you love the most about the cheer community?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think probably all the support that other teams give. We were at a competition, one of our most recent competitions, and there was just one team that we loved so much. They were so good. We loved them so much, and they just rooted us on. We got to meet their team. It was so cool.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that team support at competitions. Obviously, within the studio, it's a big thing, but when you're at the competitions, it's not like you see on the movies and the kind of bad rap that cheerleaders used to have back in the day. Mm-hmm. It's so different because watching them just go through the halls and go through all the different rooms with all the different teams, like you said, from all over the country to all over the world. And they're all just so friendly to each other, supportive. They all are rooting each other on and love to see each other win. And that's really cool to see. Nobody is they're competitive to another level, but they're also very supportive of everybody who's competing right along with them. So it's really cool.
They are all just so happy, to see everyone on that mat doing their best, hitting those skills that they've worked so hard on, because they've all been right there, late night practices, working to hit it too, and remembering how hard it was to get that. The vibes that you get from a cheer competition are nowhere else in the world.
They are. I cannot imagine the day that I won't be attending, multiple cheer competitions a month. I hate to see that day coming one day. She'll be long adult by then. Hopefully it'll be college games by then. So
maybe, or hey, maybe you'll be a volunteer.
Yeah, I'll always be there.
I know with me, it was something I never wanted to let go from my life, cheerleading. Mm-hmm. And so I just never did.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. I'm I'll just live it through her life. And then when she gets old enough, I'll just, like you said, either volunteer or we'll just follow her through her college ventures and cheerleading and dance. And then hopefully she'll have kids that do the same one day.
There's lots of cheer grandmas out there.
Oh, definitely.
They boogie. All right. And so what advice would you give to other families who are just thinking about getting into the sport of cheer? What kind of advice would you give to them?
I think definitely a lot of takes a lot of dedication, but there is, when times get hard, don't always just jump to the conclusion of quitting, because there always is an amazing outcome. No matter what the situation is, there's so many amazing outcomes that could happen
Mhm.
no matter the situation.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, as a parent, the advice I would give is definitely understand what your studio expects of you when you join a competitive team. It's not for everybody, but it's for, the people that do really love it, and their kids are really passionate about it. It is the most rewarding thing that I have ever seen her do, because I know that she is obviously learning cheerleading skills and dancing skills, but she's also learning life skills that are so important. And I can't imagine we have the only gym out there that has an amazing coach that is instilling these great qualities of, strong, resilient young women, but that are also really great members of the community and are putting their community service and their positive environment first, because it builds long lasting character and the skills that she's developed from it. I mean, there's all sports are obviously good, but there's just something special about cheerleading that really builds them for the future. And I would advise anybody to just at least start somewhere, even if it's just a team, a school team or whatever. But if they're interested in it, support them in it, because it's so rewarding.
Yeah, the social skills that you get, as well as the physical skills that you get from cheerleading, but especially the social skills that you get, the team building and the friendships that you can make through cheer are just, like you said, they're like none other. So
I agree. The leadership too. There's, cheerleader is such a great word, because you see all of these athletes at the studio are just, they have that leader quality, and that's huge.
So what is something that you would tell other athletes about, having confidence and showing up, like showing up for each other?
I definitely think that the situation you're in, like if you're in a situation, you always should support your team, and they should always support you. And showing up for your team is a big part of cheer. You need to be very dedicated to your team and ready to come to these last minute practices. Be open to a schedule that can move around a lot.
Yeah, supporting your team isn't just, a pep talk every now and then. It's showing up when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's important. A team is again, when I'm talking about other sports, obviously every team is important. When you're a cheerleader and you miss a practice, I mean, if you're a base, they can't do the stunt. If you're a tumbler, it's a very important spot. Every spot is important on the team, so it's just important to show up for each other so that they're all holding each other accountable, and that way they can all advance together. Nobody's, gaining more or losing anything. It's a true team effort.
I love that. Okay, here's one you might not remember, Lucille, because you were so very young. Do you remember your very first cheer uniform?
Yes, I actually do.
Tell me about it.
I actually have it in my closet. We kept it, and it's similar to the one I have now, but there is some changes. I remember my first competition wear in my first uniform, but I also remember my first pep dress that we used for parades, and I think I still have my first ever practice wear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I kept all of them.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Now, do you shadow box them, or how do you store them?
I have, the funny thing is, the practice where I just have in a big bag, because she still likes to pull them out and wear them to the camps, things like that. Sports day. She likes to pull them out and still wear some of them that fit her. Some of the little ones are obviously way too small, but I keep all of them hung up in her closet in bags, just waiting for I don't know what, but I will always pull them out and look at them and admire them. Her first pep dress, like she said, was what made me fall in love with the uniforms. They have beautiful uniforms, but when they get a pep dress, to me, those are just so unique and cute.
One of my first ever practice wear was actually the style of the Victory cheer tank tops.
Yes. She's wearing her victory top. Yeah.
It's lovely. It looks amazing on you. You said that was one of your first pieces of practice wear?
Yeah, it was the same style, actually.
Yeah, it was the same style. And our middle school cheer program gets all of their cheer uniforms from Victory. So they've got an entire I don't even know how many teams. They've got an entire league of cheer teams that go through Victory for theirs, because they're really honestly the best quality practice wear and uniforms. So we've got them all hooked on Victory too.
Well, I'm glad that you guys have been feeling so confident in the uniforms and the practice wear that we create. That's really, the whole point of it is to make cheerleaders look their best, feel confident, be the look that inspires. Because like I've shared my journey a lot, just seeing my mentor, who was my cousin, seeing her as a cheerleader, it was like, I want to do that. And every good thing that comes after that is, it was all inspired with that like first look.
Yes, it's so true.
It's such a statement piece.
It is. I love that. It's so the confidence that comes from feeling good in what you're wearing. I think that's why they're so important. Why, her first one was so memorable, because it was just that excitement of seeing finally her being in that what all the big girls were wearing. Like you said, she'd seen them all compete and be in this great uniform that's, they never get to wear them until it's competition. So that moment they put it on, it just changes everything.
It's official. Yes. It feels so, like we said in the very beginning, it just feels so real.
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah.
And so when you think about a uniform, what makes it feel right for a cheerleader?
Definitely like showing pride in your gyms and your teams, and definitely just like showing the pride and showing what you've worked for.
Yeah. We love our, the gym colors are gold and black. And so we love having that sparkle, obviously, like anything that represents the gym and, their kind of aesthetic. We really love to be able to represent the gold and, what I mean, just what the studio stands for behind them. And they typically try to put that right on the front. And I think that's important. I think when people know where you're from and what your gym is, it leaves an impact on you. And when you don't have something that sticks out, it can be a little bit easier to forget. And, you remember those teams that really make a statement.
Yes. And more than in just fashion pieces. I mean, we all love a great fashion piece, but something that, we've really tried to be doing this year is taking a team's mascot and making the entire uniform form around that mascot. Like when you see this particular uniform, let's say it's Spartans, you almost see a gladiator walking through. We've really tried to take that mascot identity with teams this year to make the entire thing a very statement piece, not just a fashion piece, but
yes, it represents their mascot and what they're supposed to be portraying. I love that you guys do that, and it shows in your uniforms. You can tell when somebody is happy with their results because they wear them, like you said, as if they are warriors. And it shows, the confidence shows when they have a uniform that is strong.
Absolutely. You can just see and feel that confidence radiating. And so when you guys are looking for a uniform, let's say you're shopping for a new style on our site, what is it that you're looking for in your uniform?
I specifically like things that are a little bit different, that maybe are not, I do like the classic looks, but I like just a little pop of something that's very different than everybody else's, something that's going to just stand out a lot, whether it's, one sleeve a different color, or one area that's just blasted with glitter, or a different neckline, just something that makes it stand out a little bit more. What do you think?
I have 2 words. Unique and glam. Because you want to be glamorous, you want to show your pride, you want to be fashionable, you want to show your spirit.
Sparkle.
Yeah. And unique, like she said, you want it to be different than another team, so you don't want to have the exact same uniform as another team.
Yes. Absolutely. And that's another reason why we started, we don't charge at all for teams who want to bring their own style. Let's say an athlete even wants to sit down and draw a uniform and give it to their coach, and their coach can come to us with this design. We can make something completely out of their imagination. So I don't know if you guys have been to one of the competitions that we have done this at yet, but we actually have little avatars that the athletes can come up and they can color the avatars and the uniforms, and they can create something completely unique. Yeah, we've seen some incredible styles come through there.
That is so cool. We have not been to one yet. We follow the social media like stalkers, but we definitely have not. That sounds so cool,
we need
though.
To go to one.
Yeah, that sounds like something like they would love to be able to do that.
Would be lining up.
Yeah, that's such a cool idea.
Well, we'll have to inform you guys what our competition lineup is going to be for the 2026-2027 season. It is taking shape right now, but we'll definitely be sharing that information with you and the rest of the world on Where is VCU.
Yes, please do. We will be pushing those ones towards our coach, because we would love to get the chance to do that. That sounds like, what girls wouldn't want to
have their own customized uniform?
Exactly. That's almost like a dream for the girls, because their coaches mostly, the coaches make their uniforms when they do switch them. They only switch them every 4 years, as far as their main one. But I think that's basically all of their dreams, is to be able to just, completely design it from their own imagination and completely make it their own. I think that's like every cheerleader's probable dream, if I can think of one.
And to be honest, that's where some of the best styles actually come from, are the athletes, because at your age, Lucille, your imagination is still so incredibly
present.
Broad.
Yeah.
Yes. As we get older, we start to calcify, we start to get our life blinders on.
Yes.
And sometimes our imagination can get a little bit more narrow. So for these incredible designs to come out of a child's imagination, I absolutely love getting to see it, because cheer is where you can really show it off. The mat is like a runway for a cheerleader. This is where you can get to be as extreme and glamorous and unique as you want to. So I'm just so moon that I get to be a part of it.
I know, that's so literally a dream. Like I said, like what a cool way to spend your time, is just designing amazing uniforms for teams. That's an amazing way to stay in the cheerleading industry, for sure. You chose a good way.
It was, yeah. I couldn't let it go.
I don't blame you.
And so let's talk about your hopes for the future and where you're going to be going in cheer. What are your goals and hopes for your cheer journey?
I think like keeping up with the sport, and like keep moving forward and not holding back on like
advancing.
Yeah.
Do you want to do high school cheer and college, or are you planning on going like all the way through with it? Are you gonna, what do you think? Do you think you'll continue all the way through college?
I think so. It's an important thing to me, and I think that'll definitely.
you'll still be
yeah.
doing it. I think I see her still doing it through I think right now she already likes the idea of high school cheer. But seeing her follow it all the way through seems pretty likely to me, just from seeing the way she takes it so serious right now. But
Yes, especially if you're doing crossover with dance, super great for college applications. I mean,
yes,
you could
yeah,
fit right in wherever they needed you. So I think that's a fantastic plan right there.
I hope so.
And so how do you think that it's going to shape your future, beyond college, beyond the scholarships that could be there? How do you think that cheerleading is shaping your future?
I think it's definitely giving me a head start to those opportunities and getting those scholarships and big opportunities because I've already had the experience and it's something that I can use to get those opportunities.
And I mean, she, as of everything that I've seen and she's told me about, she does want to eventually choreograph herself, as whether it's a coach or just a choreographer or something, when she is farther out, maybe out of college or in college even. I think it's something she would be excellent at anyways. And I know she's mentioned to me a lot and through her schoolwork that, she would really like to follow it through with choreography one day.
That's a great way to continue on with the sport, taking the sport into your careers. Choreography, that's huge.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And so what do you think that, and this is kind of a deep question, what do you think that winning means to you, beyond the trophies? What do you feel like winning is to you?
I definitely feel like it's a lot of like just that like relief of like we just did that, but also like if you don't win, it's also like a thing, it's a lesson. It's definitely a lesson, but not like a lesson that's just like do better. It's more of like a just you can work harder and maybe you will win one day, or maybe you can do that, and everybody can win, everybody can do that, and sometimes it's only by one tiny thread that you don't win that trophy, you don't do that, and it's not always about just winning that trophy, it's about how hard you work. And definitely,
yeah, the hard work
Yeah.
is a big part of it for her.
That's called winning life right there, Lucille. Winning a life.
Yes, she's so wise beyond her years with that, because I mean, there's times where I come, worried a little bit how their attitude might be when they leave. And, she is just has a great attitude, win or lose, or, whatever the challenge is. Like, she is the one that's going to be there lifting her teammates up and, coming out with a great attitude, which is very helpful in those times. Like you said, winning is obviously great, but besides just winning a trophy, like you get to see all of that hard work that you guys have been putting into it just be real performance, and finally get a chance to do the big thing that you worked so hard for. So winning is fun and everything, but you get to win at life when you really have a great team and a good attitude about it. So
Just knowing that you went out there, you took on the challenge. That's a win right there in itself. So I'm so happy for you that you get to do that every single year. It's awesome. And so how do you guys define success as a cheer family?
I think just like more of like not winning essentially I think more of doing your best, and I think doing your best at that point is
that's
success in itself.
I agree. I think if we can get through competition season without any meltdowns, or they happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, they happen here and there, but like we've found ways to make competition work for us in the season where we do the checklists, we make sure that all the little things are taken care of, And as long as those little things get taken care of, it runs smoothly for the most part. So we're very lucky in that we've had enough experience to really make that smooth. Each competition, it like gets a little bit easier for us to just lay it all out. And that success to us is being able to just get through each competition without any kind of, issues or any, big things happening, and being able to complete the season with just not even titles, but just having a really good feeling about what you did this season. And that's what this season really showed me, is the attitude that they come out of it with is just as important as the titles that they win.
100%. Yeah, just that pride in your hard work.
Yeah.
So if you could describe your cheer journey in one word, what would that one word be?
I think,
Why?
I think dedication, because I've had a lot of dedication and a lot of had to put down a lot of other things to be dedicated to cheer.
Shasta, what about you?
Oh, I think for me, it definitely is pride. I think when I think about cheerleading in general, I just have so much pride in what it's done for her and what she's done for me through cheer. And just I could not be more proud of her for the dedication and just the hard work that she does with cheerleading. It's impressive to me.
I'm pretty impressed too. This is a lot of dedication that you're putting in for a 10-year-old child. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away, Lucille. I can only imagine how you feel, Shasta.
It's worth it. It's a lot, but it's worth it.
Well, is there anything that you want to share with the cheerleaders out there, or maybe someone thinking about getting into cheer? Is there anything that you want to share with them, maybe about your team or your coach or your experience?
I think I did get injured when I think I was 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 4, and I did fracture my collarbone. And I still went to practice. I still stood up for my team. I still showed up, and I still, even though I wasn't doing a lot of practicing, I still cheered my team on. And
Love that.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, there's going to be injuries in the sport, and it's just something that, we've found people are a little bit apprehensive about, stunting, tumbling, things like that. But it's, I think a lot of it is like she's had one of the worst kind of injuries, you know what I mean? And it still was not enough to keep her from her team and wanting to continue to, support them, even though she was hurt. But I mean, even with her having one of the worst ones, the injuries are not what people really, are so afraid of in the cheer world. There's so much professionalism in especially our studio. I mean, specifically our gym is so amazing, and her coach, she's at Express All Stars, and her coach Tina is absolutely incredible. She's been doing this for so many years. She's like in charge of half of the state. I don't even know all of her accolades. She's amazing. She's just got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I was about to say that.
Colorado Hall of Fame something. She's incredible, and we are just so blessed and lucky to be in her program and have had her kind of guiding us through all of this. When you find somebody like that, my advice would be to stick with them. Things are not always going to be easy. You will not always see eye to eye with coaches, but I guarantee you that they have your athletes' best interest in mind, and all they want for them is for them to do their best. And it's not going to always come out the way you want it and expect it from a coach, but they know what they're doing, and trusting that they know what they're doing is like, you kind of just pass them over to them when you go in there. You just give your kids over, kind of knowing that they're going to take care of them and they're going to do their best with them. And when you find that gym, just cherish it, because they really do love your kids and they love to see your kids do well. So
I also think if you do get hurt, and I've gotten hurt like multiple times this season, minor injuries, but I think don't always just jump to quitting. Like, even if it does make you not do that competition or not be able to do that season of competing, but I think stick to the sport and come to those practices, come doing it. There's a girl at our gym is injured 90% of the time and comes to all the practices. She
talk about dedication.
She comes to all the practices. She's always there for her team. She's always at the competitions, rooting them on.
Yeah, it's inspiring to see her, really, another very dedicated athlete, obviously. And I think it starts at the top. They, their injuries happen, like I said, but to still want to show up for your team on that level, somebody's doing something right along the way to make them want to be there. Despite being hurt or not being able to perform, they still want to be with their team and they still want to be there supporting them. So somebody's doing something right there.
Well, I think you really hit the nail on the head, when you said trust your coach. It's kind of like step one of being a good teammate. Trust the coach.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And it's hard for some people to do that. I don't know why, or if it's a parent thing or something, but it's
but in the end, the coaches are most of the time
always right.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. And you walk into our gym and you see trophies and banners and all the things everywhere. And if a parent is ever unsure, I just point that out and I tell them, this is proof. That's the proof that you need. She knows what she's doing. The staff knows what they're doing, and they do it because they love cheerleading. They're not doing it because they just want to yell at athletes. They do it because they love the athletes and they love the sport. So coaches, they don't get enough credit. We love ours.
We love you, coaches.
Yes.
Everywhere.
We love our coaches. We love all coaches.
Okay. So in your journey, I know you've been ambassadoring for us for a while now. And so where can other people follow your journey?
So I do have a cover star, which I know a lot of people don't have cover star, but it's more of a kid version of TikTok.
Social media.
Oh, yes. You've been telling me about Cover Star lately. I'm like, what's Star thing? Okay.
That's a fun one. What's your cover star name?
It is Lulu_cheers.
Okay, and we'll have to put that in the comments.
Yes, and then we are actually launching a YouTube channel as well that is just kind of documenting her cheer journey and her dance journey and all things cheer competitions and stuff. So we will also put that one in the comments because we haven't put the name out there just yet. So but we'll put it in with the podcast so everybody can see it as it launches.
Sounds awesome. Well, Lucille, Shasta, thank you guys so much for joining us on Victory Voices and for sharing your cheer journey, cheer inspiration with everybody, some really great tips, and just what you've been able to get out of the sport as an athlete, as a family. It's been incredible to hear about your story. Thank you guys so much.
Of course. Thank you for everything that you do for us and for the cheer world. We just love you guys at Victory. So thank you.
Absolutely. We've been so happy to be working with you ladies over the years.
Us too. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.